gives an insight to the realities of that tornado shot. Now it's time for the Christies Foxhunters. Last year it went to the favourite Sleeping Night for the all-powerful Paul Nicholls yard, but it goes to the favourite this year with Harbour Pilot. Well, this is effectively the Amateurs Gold Cup Class 2 race, 24,000 offer, but huge amount of prestige. And there she is, the gold wide is Smiling Racing, Nina Carberry, the red colours of the black sash on Harbour Pilot. And it'd be great to see her skills around here, because this fella can really give a clout to the old one. He always has that mistake in him, and Nina will be just trying to spot it before it happens.
We've got 4 girls taking part here. We'll get to those as we move down through the runners. And 2 more than took part in the Gold Cup. Bedtime Boys, Joe Docker 33-1, Boney Arrow, Jamie Codd 25, Bosham Mill, Tom O'Brien 20-1, Bothar 14-1, and Camden Carrick 100-1 for Nick Phillips.
6 has caught time, Tim Weston, and he's at a 40-1. Carbress, James Snowden on 11-1. 8 is Cracking Dawn, Michael Miller on 25s. 9 Double Age, 150-1, Harry Fowler, and Drumbeg, John Thomas McNamara, 5-1.
Number 11 is First Down Jets for Willie Burke. He is at 66s. Foley Pleasant, who should run well, Richard Burton 8-1. Gatsby, Julian Pritchard at 50s. Harbour Pilot, who's got form in Gold Cups, as you just heard from Alistair, 3-1 favourite. And Irlut, Sam Whaley-Cohen at 81.
Joe Blake, Mark O'Hare's number 16, Kestic, Tabitha Cave, 80-1. No Retreat, William Hill, 40-1. Number 19, Rare Gem, 14-1 for Will Biddick. And number 20, Savati, Mr. William Rankin, 25-1.
21, Swincombe, Andrew Hickman at 80-1. Telmos is a 14-1 shot with Rose Davison on board. Finney Boy, 100-1 for Polly Gundry. And Whyso, Mayo, Damien Murphy, you can have him at 20s.
7 favourites and 27 runnings over 3¼ miles have won. This Harbour Pilot, that's the eye catcher. Burlington Bertie has touched a 3-1 chance. Also Rare Gem, number 19. 28 was Dan James this morning, into 14 on the course. Also Foley Pleasant, very well backed. Female on these changes.
Harbour Pilot and Foley Pleasant are positive, and Telly Moss is the drifter.
Pulling out of it.
Well, most of these looked well, as you'd expect, but Drumbeg just got the nod for us. And coming down for Simon Bothar.
Go on, Ted, improve his Gaelic.
Come on, how do you pronounce it? You've been giving me stick. What? That, your eyesight must be shot to pieces. That was
road. No, is road.
Well, we'll argue over that one later.
Quite good for you, that, Johnny.
You can get Thierry Henry out of Terry Henry. and you get
Here we go, they're away for the Christies Foxhunters. Massive field here, going towards the first over the Gold Cup course and distance. And in the pink jacket, Boney Arrow on the far side, Harbour Pilot in the firing line, and Camden Carrick in the red and white jacket. And Boney Arrow is down at the first, and hampers Cabrithis, and also Drumbiug is hampered at the first as well. Boney Arrow's rider on the deck there, Jamie Codd, as they jump the second fence. This one they negotiate safely. Swincombe at the back, and it's Camden Carrick that leads to Rare Gem now wide of Harbour Pilot, and Bosham Mill in 4th place, 6 lengths back to the grey Bedtime Boys. Then Joe Blake and Gatsby, followed by Court at Dawn and Vinnie Boy, and No Retreat wide of Cracking Dawn and Cabrithis, and then on the inside Irresolute from Whyso Mayo. Further back is Bothar and also Kestic, Drumbiug out wide, and then Double Ange towards the back with Savati as they jump the next fence. Folly Pleasant, First Down Jets, and Telly Moss and Swincombe is beginning to tail off. The screens are up round the stricken rider on the landing side of the first fence, Jamie Codd. Meanwhile, they jump the water jump, and this one they're safely over. They've got an open ditch to come, and in the red white sleeves, Camden Carrick. On the right is Harbour Pilot. On the left is Rare Gem, and they're followed by Bosham Mill and the grey Gatsby. Whyso Mayo, and then Drumbiug out wide in the green and gold hoops of JP McManus in the headgear, followed by a grey Bedtime Boys, No Retreat and Double Ange, and then Joe Blake in a red cap towards the running rail. Cabrithis is further back with Kestic, as now they run towards this next open ditch. Camden Carrick leading the way. Harbour Pilot on the right as they take this ditch. And Harbour Pilot, how great recovery by Nina Carberry there. Pitched badly on landing. Nina nearly had both feet the same side of the saddle there. And she could easily have gone there as they jump this next plane one. Camden Carrick. Harbour Pilot's always had a tendency to clout one. Let's have a quick look at it again. Yeah, pitched on landing. Oh, she could easily have gone. And there's a round of applause from the crowd. They've been watching that on the big screen. As Camden Carrick leads them to the next. Harbour Pilot on the right. The Grey Gatsby getting handy now with Bosom Mill and Rare Gem. And then Irresolute, the orange sleeves on the far side. Joe Blake, Cabrithis, Drumbiug and Bedtime's Boys. Bothar up the inside as they race down to the next. And it's Gatsby that just took over. Whyso Mayo, a very bad mistake on the left there in the striped jacket. Now the checkered flag is out. The arrows are out. I think they're going to be bypassing this next fence because Jamie Codd is still being attended to by the paramedics on the landing side. So they're going to race wide up the straight here. And it's Camden Carrick that leads Gatsby and Harbour Pilot. Bosom Mill is close up in fourth. Then Drumbiug going nicely. Cabrithis over on the inside. Rare Gem, Joe Blake and Bedtime Boys from Irresolute. Folly Pleasant is making headway. Second last year. Bothar and No Retreat wide with Kestic and Whyso Mayo as they take to the next. Further back, Quarter Dawn with First Down Jets and then Telemos from Savati and Vinnie Boy. Double Ange is well back, Cracking Dawn being driven along and Swincombe remains last. So they've got to go around and do it all again in the Christies Foxhunters. And up ahead it's still Camden Carrick that shows the way in the red and white jacket. Camden Carrick and Nick Phillips leading. Gatsby on the outside under Julian Pritchard, former point-to-point champion rider. On the right, Harbour Pilot Nina Carberry, who made that tremendous recovery earlier on, followed by Drumbiug. Harbour Pilot just pushed along on landing there. The white-faced Whyso Mayo on the left moves well. Kestic, Bosom Mill in the centre, in the black with the stars, and then Bedtime Boys behind them with Rare Gem. Lots in with chances at this stage. Bothar, mistake by Rare Gem at the water. No Retreat over on the far side in the quarter jacket as they go to this next open ditch. Gatsby lifts off in front there from Camden Carrick. And they're all safely over. And a very slow jump at the back by one of them. It looks as though it's going to be pulled up. And that is Cracking Dawn. Meanwhile, they clear the next. And Harbour Pilot's coming under pressure. Doesn't look promising for Nina Carberry. Gatsby leads the way to Bosom Mill. Whyso Mayo on the outside. Cabrithis in the green and yellow jacket on the right. Travels nicely at this open ditch. Close up is Kestic and Drumbiug. And then Joe Blake towards the wide outside. Rare Gem from No Retreat. Bedtime Boys and Camden Carrick and Irresolute on the right. And these are followed by Old Telemos as they jump this next plain fence. And the leaders over there is Harbour Pilot really toiling. So 4 fences left to jump from here. And, well, there could be 8, 10, 12 in with a chance. Gatsby on the inside of Bosom Mill and Whyso Mayo. Rare Gem. Just in behind them is Kestic. This is the fourth last. Gatsby lifts off just ahead. Bosom Mill, a sprawling mistake. Whyso Mayo. Joe Blake going well towards the outside. Bothar now. Red sleeves getting into it. On the near side, going strongly with Kestic in behind them. Drumbiug as well. Double Ange has been pulled up. Down to the third last. Pulling up to Swincombe. Over 3 out. Whyso Mayo jump to the right. Bothar is on its outside going well. Gatsby, Bosom Mill. In behind them is Kestic. Drumbiug under pressure. Rare Gem, Joe Blake with a chance on the left, the white-faced Savati coming there with a bit of a run as well as they round the final turn, and it's Whyso Mayo that leads them in. Gatsby, Kestic on the far side, Bothar, Joe Blake. First Down Jets is one that's improved as well. Then Bosom Mill over 2 out. Whyso Mayo landed just ahead of Bothar, and then on the near side in the red cap is Joe Blake on the far side, Red Gem, and then First Down Jets and Savati. Here's the final fence. Whyso Mayo and Bothar. Joe Blake, First Down Jets far side. Then Rare Gem and Savati, followed by Gatsby and Telemos. Whyso Mayo is holding all comers. First Down Jets is chasing hard, then Joe Blake up towards the line, and it's Whyso Mayo that holds on to prevail. Whyso Mayo and Damien Murphy beats First Down Jets. Joe Blake in third, tight four between Savati and Bothar. Then Telemos and Rare Gem and Gatsby and Drumbjug, followed by Bedtime Boys, Bosom Mill, No Retreat and Vinnie Boy, Cabrithis who's faded, Foley Pleasant and Camden Carrigan Irresolute. Harbour Pilot well beaten in the end with Court at Dawn, and one that pulled up was Double Ange. Whyso Mayo, yet another Irish train winner at this Cheltenham Festival. Ray Hurley, the trainer, Damien Murphy, the rider. Whyso Mayo. Damien had this gelding out of trouble on the outside, had a clear run. It was a packing field from a long way out here. There were plenty of challengers going to the final fence and on the running as well. First Down Jets and also Joe Blake giving chase, but this horse has kept going very gamely indeed.
Damien, absolutely outstanding. That he's just having his photo taken on St Patrick's Day. Tell us about that. Come on, walk around here. Come on, big fella.
I always knew I gave him a serious chance.
Yeah.
But his jumping was always a bit suspect.
Yeah.
I said if he puts his jumping together, I give him a serious chance. As I was cantering in that first turn, and he unseated me at the third last.
Yeah.
But he was super there.
What was it like out there today? Looked a bit rough. You kept towards the outside.
He kept wide.
Yeah.
I said, leave him see his fences. Yeah. He was super.
He was super. Now you've had an Irish winner of the Gold Cup, an Irish winner of the Amateurs Gold Cup. This is going to be some walk back for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Enjoy this moment, and well done both of you. Let's give him a big pat. Well done, big fella.
This is your moment.
Yes.
Edward and Kathleen O'Driscoll, who I believe bred and own this horse and have just been...
Horse and had him all the time. He's given us wonderful pleasure because he's a little horse with a huge heart. Ray, here's the trainer, a great young trainer.
What? Cheltenham
Great
winner.
young trainer.
Yeah,
Well
what a horse.
Not seen this many shamrocks in a long time. What was it like?
Oh, it was nerve-wracking. But like we always knew he was good enough, you know. We always knew he was good enough. And it just didn't go right for maybe in Leopardstown there the day of the Hennessy. But we always knew we had a horse good enough. It was just to get him here. He wasn't over-raced this year. He wasn't put back in training that early. And this has been his target with a year, you know.
So nearly another Gold Cup as far as you're concerned.
Oh, this is it. Yeah, this is the main.
And what about the ride he was given?
Damien just gave him a brilliant ride. I mean, Damien has his own way of riding the horse and his own way of getting him to jump, and he does it brilliantly. When it comes off, it's brilliant, you know.
Go and enjoy
I'm speechless, you know.
No, you're not. You're doing well. Well done.
Oh, tremendous. Look, riding every step with his horse.
It means as much to these guys as the Gold Cup did a moment ago to Michael O'Leary and to Mouse Morris. Great ride by Damien Murphy, great ride by him. And this other horse has done it well. He was chancy enough in a few of his leaps. He's
Never put a foot wrong today.
Jumped super.
Came
lovely fences here and he took him on and jumped super. And second horse is trained by Willie Mullins there, Bothar, Kevin Power, great run as well too. Old Joe Blake ran well, and the first on the far side for Coleman Sweeney has done an absolute cracker as well. The Irish hunters usually were not as good as this, but these horses have all run absolute crackers here. And First Down Jets, Coleman Sweeney, he's run an absolute cracker. There's not much between these horses at home when you see them in Hunter's Chases, a good lap here or there. And these lads have all ridden well. I mean, these are all amateurs you see riding in Point of Pints, but strong and stylish, John. I mean, Damien Murphy is all part of that horse up to the line, taking the right position, claps out. And Coleman Sweeney, who won it last year for Paul Nichols, and back in third you have Kevin Power. Top class lads, and they get a great kick out of this.